Right guys, Red Raw back again with another video. This one will be the last one this evening. This is not a scouting report or player review or anything like that. I thought I'd touch on Liverpool's need to generate cash to fund player purchases or to add to the kitty for player purchases, and how Luis Diaz's proposed move to Barcelona, which looks like it's off, could impact their funding, so they might have to find funds from other players. So I've just made a little note of players realistically who I think could be up for the chopping block and a realistic fee. I don't think I've gone mad with any of the fees, maybe undervalued some players. Well, yeah, just go through it and see what you guys think, if you agree with me or disagree with me, etc. So we know Queven Kelleher is definitely going to move in the summer. I've put a value of between 20 to 25 million for him. Let's urge on the side of caution and say we'll get 20 for him. Then I've got Joe Gomez. He could be a possibility to leave. Injury records, maybe wants to get more games. I've put him as a maybe, and I'm pricing him about 20 million. Then I've got Kostas Tsimikas, because out of the two left backs, if we do bring a left back in, I think he's the one more most likely to leave. And I've put a price of about 15 million on him. And then moving on to Wataru Endo, I've put a probably against his name. He's 32 now. Obviously Slot doesn't trust him enough to play him more. He does his job well, and when he comes in last 15, 20 minutes, etc. But I think he'll be moved on in the summer with the likes of Stuttgart and who was who won Frankfurt? Was it Frankfurt? Somebody like that. Could be one of some German team anyway. And I've put a price of between 15 and 20 on him. So I'll say let's take the lower one again, 15 million. Then we've got Tyler Morton, who was close to leaving in the January window. I think he will go, and I think he'll be around 10 million, maybe. Then I've got Ben Doak, who's had a really good spell at Middlesbrough on loan. I don't think he'll get a chance at Liverpool, and I think I'll put a price of him between 15 and 20, so we'll put him down as 15, lower end. And then we've got the one that we all think is probably going to leave, and that's Darwin Núñez. I think it's probably 80-20 that he goes, and I've put a price tag of between 40 to 45. I don't think we're getting 70 or 60 or anything like that. Anybody that bidded that like this from the Saudi Pro League, they would have snapped their hands off even. So I think between 40 to 45 push. And then the one that I've thrown in here, just for the sake of that, say Diaz does stay, that leaves Diaz and Gakpo for the left. So I'm put Diogo Jota down, so I think he may be sacrificed. And I've put a price tag of 30 million for him. So maybe I've undervalued some of these players, maybe I've overvalued some of these players. Maybe I've missed a couple of players out who I think could go as squad players or younger players. But you do have to let me know, guys, because I just do it off the top of my head. So I'm no expert, I'm just a gobshite with a YouTube channel and look at Liverpool. So yeah, so if we total this up, we've got, say, going with the lower values for each player: 40 for Núñez, 30 for Jota, 20 for Gomez, 20 for Kelleher, 15 for Tsimikas, 15 for Endo, 15 for Doak, and 10 for Morton. If they all went for those prices, we would generate £165 million towards player acquisitions, or towards FSG's back pocket. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts and opinions. I would hope if they did raise that sort of money, it would go back into the transfer kitty, but I wouldn't be confident, to be honest with you. They're already touting out these, we need to see what happens with Mo and Virgil's contract so they can roll out, we've had to pay these lot a lot more money now, so that's going to take a big chunk of our transfer budget. Same old guff, like it won't cost to sign players to replace them, and they'd have to be on decent wages and all. They all think we're stupid, and the usual suspects lap it up. Makes me mad, but I can't make ranting videos all the time, although they are one of my better videos and they do seem to get more attention, surprisingly. But yeah, give me your guys' thoughts. Do you think that's realistic? Do you think I'm being over generous? Do you think I'm being a bit on the short side with the values? Or just let me know any players I've missed. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but yeah, do leave me a comment, guys. You know I love to interact with you guys, and it gives me the motivation to keep doing this, especially on days when I'm not with it, my head's gone, or I've had bad news and stuff like that. I had a bit of bad news today, but this is not about that, so we won't go into that. But I like to keep you guys updated. Yeah. So if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing as well. That'd mean a lot to me too. I do appreciate you, all that have already subscribed. If you'd like to do a little bit more, or in a position to help the channel or help me more, there will be a couple of links in the video description and on my channel page as always. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Probably a preview for the Fulham game at some point. But for now, Red Raw, and out.